And now I'm with Jim Dilettoso, who brings yet another perspective, and that is electronics and computer imaging and his analysis of different photographs and materials and things like that involved with the UFO phenomena. Jim, what got you involved originally? How were you approached?
In 1977, I was working at Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena, and I was on the Iridium team on the Shroud of Turin research project. And I put together a team of 4 people to analyze the Iridium test that had come back from Rome after the test had been done. And I was asked by Wendell Stevens and Jim Lorenzen, who were UFO investigators, to put together a team and a procedure to test UFO pictures. And then that led to metal samples and landing tracks and other sites, which we've done privately and secretly, some of it, over the last 15 years.
What kinds of things have you found?
Well, I'm a skeptic, you might say. I'm a cross between a skeptic and an optimist. So we enter into it not trying to disprove or prove it, but merely to identify what the material is that we're looking at. So I find many things, ranging from photographs, of course, which are very interesting and very useful for determining that there is a genuine phenomena that is going on. I find an increase, of course, in the media these days, in the last 5 or 6 years, about what the phenomena is really about.
Now, the media seems to be giving it, you know, maybe not the best treatment. Is that your perspective, or do they seem to be really wanting to put out what's really happening?
The media is covering one side, and that is to do with the sensationalism of abductions, people that are taken on board a craft against their will. There's the other side, which are the contact cases, but it's
like Billy Meyer.
Like Billy Meyer and other people that willingly have contact with extraterrestrials, if that is indeed what they're seeing. There's many questions.
Do you have some questions of that? Are there any other interpretations?
Well, not in that one case. I don't have any questions, but there may be an effect that's happening from the population due to unclean food. People don't eat fresh food anymore. We're in a 3rd generation now of processed food, and that's never really happened
before. Even the
before.
fresh food has less than 10% of its nutritional value than it did in the 40s.
Correct, and important minerals and vitamins that are required for stability of perception and brainwave thinking. NutraSweet and Prozac are both made by the same company. One causes manic depression, one prevents manic depression. That lab is indeed connected with Los Alamos, directly by contract, in Sandia since the 50s, Cyril Laboratories, where a lot of UFO investigation work has been done. So the intrigue deepens as the psychology of balanced management of the planet gets more complex.
You mentioned balanced management of the planet.
Yes.
Now, is that really what the focus of the quote-unquote New Age is all about? Well, the UFO phenomena has kind of been lumped into the New Age.
I wouldn't necessarily say that. Maybe, just in my perspective, maybe the New Age movement is more about individual understanding of their own nature. If you had to say to someone, are you in the New Age movement? Well, I don't know if everyone might know what that means. But are you interested in personal growth and development? Yeah, that's what a lot of people want to do. And hopefully they're getting better at that in themselves every day and every month.
And certainly with the contactee experiences, that's really propelling those people into the self-awareness and the growth. What kinds of things have you noticed in recent times with the regularity, the consistency, the amount of information that's coming forth, and the types of people involved with it?
Well, we have 2 sources of information that actually of where I get information, and just because of the nature of how I first got involved, it was military personnel. There is an awakening, a further awakening that is happening in the government. And as people might hope that there would be quality people that are working in the government, there are indeed quality people that work at the post office, that work at the Navy, that work at NASA, that work at the Coast Guard, and other agencies where they have more direct contact with the information that becomes available concerning UFO sightings. And those people are indeed from the 60s and 70s, and they're now captains and majors and colonels and bright.
So the flower children have grown up, eh?
The flower children have budded. The garden has grown, yes. And the information that comes out of government sources is not always just about contacts and abductions and sightings. It's about what it means. It's about...
And that is?
Well, it's about what it means that it's supposed to mean. There aren't clear answers about it.
What do you find that seems to be what it means? I'm sure that encompasses several parameters.
The UFO phenomena is a mystery because the extraterrestrials want it to be a mystery. Not because the government or religions or investigators or contactees want it to be a mystery. There's some relationship between the different groups of extraterrestrials and their relationships with each other that has kept it a mystery from us. Apparently, the cycles of growth and technology advancements and spiritual responsibility that's going on now is not related to the extraterrestrials. They're not running and guiding that. We're doing that. Earth people are strong, capable, advanced people that get insight, perhaps from extraterrestrials, in trying to deal with this mystery. But, look, we live on an insane planet rushing headlong to destruction. And only a change in mass mind is going to affect that rush towards destruction.
Like a critical mass consciousness.
Yes, and whether the extraterrestrials are going to come forward and do anything about it is difficult to say. I don't think they are.
Well, like Massey says, there needs to be a significant emotional event. How do you think that would happen?
Some accidents created by man, pollution, contamination, mismanagement of power and technology. I don't know what it's going to be, but it will be something that will make people all of a sudden wake up and go, wait a minute, this is up to us. This is up to me to solve this problem. I can read about extraterrestrials, I can read about contactees, I can read about angels, but it's up to me and my relationship with my friends and my parents and my family as to what my purpose on this planet is about. And extraterrestrials are very interesting, and I'm sure that they're visiting here, but it's up to us.
Jim, thanks for your time.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you.